meeting is being recorded.
Ooh, tells you even.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
That's fancy.
So our first question is, what are you most looking forward to in student teaching?
That's hard because, we're not, our classroom doesn't look different as far as, student teaching and teaching at the same time. But this has not been the easiest journey, I guess I should say, as going to school and teaching full time and mom of 3. And, it's not been an easy journey. So just knowing that this is one more box that I get to check and step closer to being done and reaching a goal, I think is what I'm looking forward to. I have a lot of support here, so it's just not, I don't know if anything's going to be truly different, or that I'm looking forward to anything more than I do every school year, I guess I should say.
I actually we decided we have a new curriculum that we started last year, which was our math, which I didn't get to watch a lot because as a parent, I was helping my kids. So I wasn't paying attention to the math. I was helping my kids. But then this year, she's doing 2 weeks of math and 2 weeks of ELA with both of our classes together. And then the third week I teach with her watching me, and then we'll split off to our separate classrooms. So I'm looking forward to getting into the schedule that we need to be at, because we were like testing all week this last week. It was our first full week at school. I'm looking forward to, it's a totally different cup of tea from being a para to being a teacher. The role in the day is totally different. I didn't realize that till last year when I had to kind of fill in with COVID stuff. So I'm looking forward to having our own classroom and the kids all together like that.
I think I'm kind of in the same boat as far as I'm not sure there's too much to look forward to this year as far as student teaching goes. I've been with my district for 4 years now. I've been in the school that I'm in for a little over a year, and I mean, student teaching and teaching at the same time. It's kind of, for me, it was more like sink or swim, just because you kind of got thrown in there. But because they've already been in the classroom for so long, to me, it's not much of a difference. We're doing the same things. I'm just teaching a different curriculum this year than I was last year. I am looking forward to learning what I can from the new team that I have. I have an amazing 5th grade team this year. So I am looking forward to that and seeing how they do things, because we have like 9 5th grade teachers in our building. So there's so much you can learn from everybody else. But I think that would probably be my biggest thing, is just kind of, looking into everybody else's classrooms to see how they teach and their behavior strategies, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing too, because like I'm in one building with just 2 pre-Ks and 2 kindergartens, and I can glean off of all of them because I think one's been there 25 years with a special ed preschool. My kindergarten teacher's been there for 23 years, or teaching kindergarten for 23 years. And then the other pre-K, I think she's 10 or 15 years in. So there's a lot of good, I'm always asking questions. I always feel like I'm asking too many questions, but everybody's so nice.
The crazy thing about my team, there's 4 of us, and I have been here the longest. So wow. all of my team, I'm the OG, they call me. So that's me, and it's full circle because now I'm like older than all of them, which was also hard to swallow. Like I'm the old one and the OG. So yeah, we're new. We've got a lot of new teachers, and what's great about that is, though, they still, and I'm excited too, don't get me wrong, but like they're young and excited, and they haven't seen a lot of the things that we've seen yet, to where, or your mindset kind of shifts a little bit after you've been exposed to behaviors and all those things. So I'm excited to kind of take that role a little bit, and also work with some new blood that is still like fiery, I guess I should say.
Are you guys ready for the next question? Or do you have anything else to say, Emily?
Nope.
All right. The next question is, what are some challenges or concerns that you have?
I think just my biggest challenge, I don't know, would be just kind of what we said earlier, working full time, student teaching, mom of 2 boys. So, I have more than just a work and a school life, still going to school technically full time to finish this master's. And so it's not, it's like anything and everything you can add to a plate, you add. And I can't stop, it's not fair for me to take my 2 boys out of sports or Boy Scouts or whatever, because mom's trying to finish student teaching and work at the same time. So my biggest challenge is just time management, and I'm not trying to stay up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning to get everything done. But sometimes that's what has to happen because we all have lives and we're all doing other stuff too. And so I think that's the hardest thing, is this isn't just what we're doing. Like, we are grown adults who have way more going on. And so I think time management is absolutely my biggest struggle right now, just trying to fit everything in, and not feeling like I am, overwhelmed with so much stress.
I've been dealing with that too. I've been in my classroom since the first or second week of June, because I know the school district and I've worked there. But I was studying for my test, which I still haven't taken yet. But I've been in there. And then I think at the beginning of August, they let me start making a mess out of my room, because there were so many things from so many teachers and so much dust that hasn't been touched in 10 years, I think. And I still have a handful of stuff. I'm not sure whether to get rid of it or not, because things are changing. But the time management, and I think this last week, I think I was starting to feel either stressed out or burnt out or something. I don't know what it was, but I've had to kind of step back and say, okay, this is what I have to have for tomorrow, and I need to go home, because I've been home. I've been in school. Let's see, we had 8 days of school plus the 2 weeks without 2 days without the kids. But it was like feeling depressed, but I wasn't sad about anything. And I don't really usually get depressed, but that's what it felt like. And so I've kind of been trying to step back and trying to just take my time and relax and do other things besides school and church, because that's all I've been doing for the last 2 years anyways. But I just feel, I think because I was there all summer and then school started, and now it's just kind of dumping on me. So I'm trying to take it one step at a time now.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with all of you. The August 25th meeting, was that the day where we had our mandatory first student teaching meeting? And that PPAT meeting, like, I have not been the same since. That really kind of overwhelmed me and caused a lot of anxiety that I wasn't prepared for, I think. Just because I don't say no, and I don't do anything just halfway, and I don't have enough time and enough energy and enough all the things. And so in my mind, like, student teaching, that was it. Like, I've done all the work, I've put in all the time, like, now I'm where I need to be and everything else is finished. And then to step into that meeting and hear, like, all this work that comes with that, I'm like, oh my gosh, when and how.
And then for them to say, if you don't pass it, then you can't ever be a teacher. I'm like, what?
Or graduate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It made me want to say, what about us who are already in the classroom? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
right. Yeah, exactly. And then I look back and I think, because clearly we're all teaching and student teaching. So clearly there's an evident shortage of teachers. And we've gone through a program that hasn't been easy, and then we've got more to do. Like, I just don't know when people take a look at this and think like maybe there's a better way to get
Mhm.
fill up the need for teachers, and
Yeah.
I don't know. So that that meeting was really kind of a lot for me, and like I said, I that's really, it's not the classroom. It's just, how am I going to take all these tests, and how am I going to do well in the praxis, and how am I going to do the comprehensive exam for the math to finish the master, like all those things to check to to be done.
Yeah. I do want to point out to both of you, and we did hit our 10-minute mark, so we have met our minutes, but I took the praxis this summer, and I don't know if you guys have taken it yet or not, but just a little word of advice, because I did take it, and I studied night and day for like a month straight. I mean, I don't think I slept. I was so worried. And when I signed up to take my praxis test, they give you like a link to where you can take practice test and to study. So I was studying those things constantly for all 4 subjects. I was.
Did you buy the ones? Did you pay for the ones that they?
No, I did
Okay.
not. I just when I signed up to take it, it gave me for like for math, science, history, everything. They gave me like 10 free practice tests. So I
Okay.
was studying those, and I made it through with flying colors, but I was still constantly studying. And then I went to go take my test, and I will be honest with you, I passed one subject. Let me tell you why I passed one subject. Nothing that was on that practice was on my test. Nothing. I did not study anything that was on that test the day of, the day I went and took it. And I was already nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a 5-hour test. I walk in, I have to I had to lift my shirt sleeves up, my pant legs up, for them to see that, I'm not hiding anything. I had glasses on. They made me take my glasses off, and they were like weighing my glasses. And then they got a wand, and I got wanded down. Like, that right there was enough for anybody who has a little bit of anxiety to go up here with their anxiety. So at that point, I was just like, my heart was racing. My anxiety was I've never had it. It's never been so high in my life. And then I had to go sit down and take this 5-hour test. And so I'm already freaking out. And then I go to take the test, and literally there's nothing on this test that I've studied. Nothing through the masters, nothing through the website, the Praxis website, nothing. So I passed one subject, and then I failed the other 2 subjects by like 2 to 3 points each. And everybody has told me, like, that was your anxiety. That was you second guessing yourself. That was you being psyched out. That, you knew what to do. You knew the information. So I just want to tell you guys, like, I know it's super stressful going in, taking that test, but from somebody who's already taken it once and who's taken it again in October with hopes of not having such high anxiety, don't stress yourself out about it as much as you probably are. And when it comes to studying, you guys are teaching, the information. So don't spend hours and days studying, because we already know what this test is asking us.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight if you haven't taken it yet, because it was a lot. And I came home, and I'm pretty sure I was a zombie the rest of the day because I was just all up in my head. But don't stress out studying. Like, it's, to me, I wish I wouldn't have spent days on days studying for this test, because I literally studied nothing that was on it.
Yeah. Well, I bought the practice test that the website puts out there because a friend of mine had taken it and she bought them all and she passed them all that time. But then when I take the practice test, I'm like, one, I can't sit there that long. Like I read the questions and then I need to go do something and I can't sit down and focus. Like, and then the timer's in the corner and I'm watching that and
Mm-hmm.
so there's just lots of triggers that I think, like, no wonder kids have test anxiety. Like, we could redo testing totally different than this
Oh
because this is not even like a good mental health moment at all.
no.
And so, yeah, I just when I take the test or the practice test at home, and then I think about like, well, I would do this for these kids and this for this kid because,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you do it if you're under MTSS anyways and you're tiering your instruction, then your mind is thinking that. And so my mind just definitely plays the mind games of like, I wonder if I would look at this and do this differently if I didn't have classroom experience and I could just go in and take the test based on knowledge instead of how you would scaffold your instruction.
Mm-hmm.
I have a link. I'll send it to you guys an email though of a lady that I've been watching, and she has stuff that you can buy, but she has really good videos that it doesn't matter if you buy it or not. But she has a lot of good strategies about how to look at it and think things through and stuff like that, like starting with the answers and then reading the question and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's like because I was practicing with oh, the kids have it. I can't think of what is the name of that website? Khan Academy, and they
Yes.
have math and two of the English things on there. And it's like the math stuff I was fine. I just needed to be reminded of the stuff because I can't remember everything on that you need on that. But and I struggle with grammar and stuff like that. But like I would either get 9 out of 9 or 1 out of 4 every time. So I'm like, I cannot take this test and spend this much money because I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
ready. But that lady that I listened to, she says you have to go into it like a test maker to understand what they're doing for the tests on that. So
Interesting.
she
Yeah,
talks
send me
about
that because that would be, I think, just changing your perspective of how you read and process the questions might help you a little bit,
it helped me out. So
especially.
usually I'm a terrible test taker and I can it's either this answer or this answer. And I always like it seems like every time it's the wrong answer. It's like they're both good answers, but this one's better than this one by that. But I never get the better answer, I think is what it is. So
Yeah.
it's kind of and I've been in all subjects, but I'm like I've been in the school for 8 years, so I've seen almost everything that they have, but I'm always in and out, little of this, little of that. So I haven't,
Hmm.
I haven't seen everything in there. So it's been hard to like graph. I haven't even looked at science and history or science and social studies yet. So
Emily, can you take yours like via Zoom? Because
Mm-hmm.
some of them have
Oh
taken,
yeah.
some of them I work with here do take them via Zoom. I didn't know. I think I'm going to take them that way.
not sure
Um,
what way to take. Somebody said they do it in person. That's done it recently at our school.
I think I had the option of doing it in person or online. Um, I once I was going through though, like all of the rules and stipulations for doing it online, I just wasn't. It's a lot of work
Hmm.
because you have to like it's like you can't have anything around you whatsoever, which is fine. Like I mean, I could clear, go into like a conference room at work or something, but I don't have a lot of self-discipline, I guess I would say. So I think it's for me personally, it's a better idea for me to go there and just do it. Because I think if I'm sitting in a conference room, I'm gonna be like, oh, oh, I wonder who's out there doing, compared
Right.
to going to the place. And there's a place in Kansas City that I went to. That's where I'm gonna go again in October. And there was like 10 of us in there, and we were all like it was nursing people, it was teachers, so it wasn't just that's what I liked about it, was that it wasn't just everybody in taking a practice. So that's when I could tell myself, okay, don't worry about if you see somebody else finishing, because they're taking a whole different test than what you are.
Hmm.
So for me, it was better to go there rather than take it online. But I do know a lot of people that have taken it online who really liked it that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.